So, da sind wir wieder. Wunderschönen Nachmittag. Weiter geht's mit Outer Worlds 2 auf der PS5. Und wir sind nach wie vor bei unserer dreiarmigen Quest.
Hello again. Was there something you... Oh, Inez. You look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated trip teas. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you.
Sind Verträge da, wo du herkommst, was anderes?
Oh, yes. The Protectorate did not have contracts in this sense. Despite the time I've had to acclimate to Auntie's choice, I sometimes fail to grasp such concepts.
Never mind that. I really need your help, Doc, with my graft. Was hoping you had some ideas on how to fix it.
What timing. As it just so happens, I believe I do.
Kriegst du keinen Ärger, wenn du uns hilfst?
No. I'm using my own funds and the equipment allotted to me for my Raptidons. As far as our leadership is concerned, this work remains firmly in my past. I prefer it that way. Before I began my new illustrious career working with our tame, scaly friends here, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my current role, I do try to help where I can.
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more.
Warum hast du es damals nicht
I
repariert?
did not possess the knowledge I've gained since leaving the program. I regret that.
Frankly, it were triage she performed back then. Didn't exactly have time to ponder a long-term solution. She did all she could, and I don't blame her none. Go on, Doc.
Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who, unfortunately, went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average crabble. Meaner and smarter, too.
Und der zweite Kandidat?
The second candidate is a Raptidon matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
This is hardly worth the effort of a response, dear, but I might remind you that Raptidons are not native to this land. Now listen close. When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. I suggest your armaments be at the ready. Then the grafting part is yours.
Okay, also die Kreaturen töten, Teile packen, erscheint mir einfach
Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens, please. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Law guide you both out there. Oh, I love questions. Ask away.
Du warst früher im Protektorat?
Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept. And look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due.
Ja, im Prinzip, ne? Wenn sie stolz drauf ist, soll sie stolz drauf sein.
So you must understand what my position exemplifies and why my work has become my dreams and abilities were my own. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to
Was ist
show
mit Freunden und Familie?
that, why do you assume I had anyone I could consider as such? As for friends, few cared for a janitor who talked to couldn't possibly in any case.
Gut, ich würde sagen, wir fangen an mit dem Skelettkrebsler. Da waren wir ja schon. Ich hoffe, ich kann beide erledigen.
Well, you hate to be proven right. These folk have been dead a while. And that must be the machinery Doc mentioned. Over here, Commander.
Over hier wo?
Huh. Seems this terminal reroutes power to speakers around the cave. They were using sound to lure the Crabbles out. Let's see here. Generator's back on. Power up that phonotron, would you? Should cause enough ruckus to make the skeleton come out and play.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand around and look pretty?
Ja.
Well, if the commander's keen to share, you can press the button too. Wouldn't want you feeling left out.
Let me take the heat off you, Commander. Just say whip.
You're making it easy for us. Watch yourself. How's he still standing? Almost got it! Don't let up! He's down. Vitals looking a mite marginal, Commander. Phonotron was effective. Now we just need the specimen. Mind the pincers. They can be a little feisty even after death. Nice work. Mind bringing it over here so I can take a gander?
Jetzt ist die Frage, wenn ich sie jetzt gebe, weil noch habe ich die Matriarchin-Quest.
Muscular reticulation still intact. Cartilaginous integrity mostly sound. A good clean cut. And the pincer's still sharp. Yeah, this'll do just fine. Shame about all the scientists, though. Was hoping this wouldn't be too steep a price.
Und
If
weiter?
you still got some hunting you, that Raptidon matriarch's on the loose. Her den's not far from the Vox Relay up north. Elsewise, we head back to Fairfield and speak to Doc Tinsley.
Dann lass uns gehen. Da waren wir ja auch schon.
Raptidons are ever malleable. Eden doesn't want them around and they don't belong here. But they sure carved out a place for themselves. I can respect that.
Weil wenn, dann nehmen wir alles mit, wa? Wir verpassen sowieso sehr, sehr, sehr viel.
Keep howling. We're coming for you.
Weil wir ja...
Yep. Matriarch's here, all right. Let's put our heads together. See these half-eaten remains? They're a sign. Matriarchs lose their appetite when they're on the verge of going into a state of torpor. She'll have retreated into hiding to conserve her energy. But I got one way to get her attention.
Bin ganz
You know how
ohr.
Doc mentioned pheromones? Well, it just so happened that I procured some raptidon glandular extract in my travels. Should do the trick. A matriarch with 3 full stomachs ain't coming out of hibernation unless she senses a threat to her authority. She hates rivals.
Du hast zufälligerweise genau das, was wir brauchen.
Ain't one who leaves anything to waste. Any hunter worth a damn would say the same. If I can't find a practical use for what I've salvaged, it'll find a use in research or in exchanging for bits. Lucky for us, this extract ain't exactly in high demand. Any other questions, or are you ready to meet this matriarch?
Locked and
I was
loaded.
inquiring more about your current manner of fortitude, but I'll take it. All right, let's do this.
Guns cocked and loaded. Let's get this in. Slow, Commander. Not getting up without help, Commander.
Back in business.
Was kriegen wir hier? Okay.
That's the limb. Bring it here, would you?
Ja, bleib halt stehen, Uschi.
Whoa, look at this part. That's twice the muscle mass of a raptidon hunter. Undamaged nerve endings? Even the coloration's to my liking. Can't ever discount the aesthetics. You're no slouch, you know that? If we had more soldiers with your talent, we would have taken Eden months ago.
Danke.
You earned it. Whenever you're ready, we should head back to Fairfield. Have a word with Doc Tinsley now that I have both the skeleton and matriarch specimens. In honesty, I don't know which one I should ask Doc to patch me up with. Can't go wrong with either, but one could be the better choice. If you've got an opinion, I'm keen to hear it.
Was kann jedes Transplantat
The
genau?
material we harvested from the skeleton crabble could allow me to fire off scalding shell shards. They'd pierce through armor easily, I imagine. And the part from the Raptidon matriarch should let me camouflage myself at will, like other Raps can. I'd be able to close the distance and heal you up without the enemy noticing.
Ja, also sprich, die Materialien ist mehr für die Schleicher und das Krebsler mehr für die... Also ich würde sagen Krebsler.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm good to head to Doc's lab with the news and this part when you are.
Weil ich mein Tarnen und so bringt mir jetzt erstmal wenig.
I've been bartering with defectors. Traded one force rocket for a whole tin of prestige force flow.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to dispose of it.
Back again? I hope the hunting has gone well.
Ja.
Certainly, if you've procured the right materials. I've been fine-tuning the procedure in the meantime. I do believe it'll be as smooth as Crabble butter.
I'm gonna assume Crabble butter's especially smooth, because I'm ready to feel like myself again. I've decided on the skeleton Crabble graft. It's time for the program to branch out, and I expect this clone will serve me mighty well. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and take this spare part off your hands for my own research.
Oh, the skeleton Crabble will be a splendid match for you, Inez. Go on now. Get sorted while I get this machine up and running. Mind the Raptidon drool on the table. No need to be nervous. I promise.
Atme tief durch.
Thank you for the bedside manner, Commander. As you can tell, I've got a nervous temperament and jump at the sight of my own shadow.
Enough distractions, please. I need the utmost focus for my work. This is beautiful work. My best yet. How does the limb feel, Inez? Any numbness? Pain?
Yeah, both. Body's not accustomed to the presence of another limb. Feels like I've got an extra passenger in my nervous system. But it certainly beats feeling like I'm bleeding on the inside. Or fighting the urge to feast on raw human flesh.
Yes.
Like last time.
Well, I'll certainly be having words with that surgeon, leaving you in a state like that. Now, you come back straight away if anything bothers you.
Will do, Doc. I thank you. And you, Commander, without your help, I don't know what I might have done. Whatever you need going forward, I'm there. You got my word.
Es sieht irgendwie eklig aus. Aber irgendwie auch cool.
I feel strange. In a good way. Andy's documentation doesn't describe the side effects of grafting with a Crabble, but so far, not hearing complaints from me. I'd say this officially puts me back in full fighting form. If you ever thought I might slow you down, you can give those fears a kiss goodnight.
Ja, freut mich zu hören.
I appreciate that, Commander. I got a good feeling about this partnership of ours. Just want to reiterate that I'll make good on my end of the deal. I plan on proving my worth to you and to Auntie, no matter what it takes.
Danke.
I expect we're going to have quite the adventure together. I appreciate you hearing me out. Saw what happened to the relay from across the island. You're damn lucky you made it out. Real glad you found a way to mitigate the destruction. Without the relay looming over all, maybe the island can finally recover. Lon knows it's seen enough as it is.
Ja, hast du Gedanken zu dem, was passiert ist?
Sounds like your old pal DeVries was in deep with the Order. Now, I don't know a whole lot about them, but I don't reckon fanatical is part of their employee code of conduct. And as you've seen, that kind of loyalty can pose a real problem to everyone else. But we'll track her down before it comes to a head. Don't you worry. Fine by me. How personal are we talking?
Ja, wie war's so früher bei verbesserten Soldaten?
Couldn't say. I was in it all of 2 days before my graft started festering. Before that, I was an infantry medic. Our platoon was one of the first to touch down in Arcadia. I would have continued serving on the front line in an upgraded capacity, but, well, once the state of my graft became apparent, it was decided that parting ways would be best.
Beschlossen von?
My commanding officer, and the surgeon who performed the operation, I imagine. I wasn't lucid at the time. When I regained consciousness, I saw that my service pistol was gone, and a termination notice was in its place. I put 2 and 2 together. Law, that was a bad morning. Look, I knew dismissal was a possibility when I volunteered for the procedure. A successful graft is a boon, a failed one is a colossal liability. I'm a walking lesson in breakage.
Und wo ist deine Kompanie jetzt?
Oh, that information is outside my purview. I miss my platoon. Most of the time. I hope they're holding on okay wherever they are. Huh. If nothing else, they'll have Ortiz to keep up morale. I know the nonstop jokes from that bastard sustained me for weeks. Yeah, he's tough. He'll be all right.
Klingt so, als würdest du ihn vermissen?
Of course I do. Can't help but wonder if I'm missed in return. Anyhow, I would rather return. Right.
Und was ist, wenn Dr. Tinsley nicht ausreicht, wenn es Probleme mit dem Implantat gibt?
If this new graft fails, you mean? Then I keep pushing forward till I can't anymore. You didn't see me when I first got out of surgery and came to Paradise Island. The fact that you and I met at all is a testament to Doc's skill. But suppose if her treatment doesn't stick, then maybe it's my time to go. You can only cheat death so many times. You know that as well as I do.
Was ist mit dem Arzt, der das erste verpasst hat?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you who that doctor was or where they're stationed. Grafting was a procedure in its infancy, see? So corporate like to keep things hush-hush. Can't say I like the thought of it. Could have been cut open in the middle of a cave for all I know. I'd rather not dwell on those. Fine by me?
Mehr über deine alte Einheit und deinen Freund Ortiz. Und deinen Freund.
Well, like I said, we were both in the same unit. Me as a combat medic, him as a machine gunner. Everyone in my unit was from Tau Ceti, so we already had that in common. And we served on the front lines, which made us look out for one another that much more. See, most of us were laborers, and we just got our first real shot at something greater. We wanted to make a name for ourselves, and what better way to do that than become a hero? Our onboarders promised that if we demonstrated exceptionalism, showed initiative, that we'd get promoted quick. And our days of living in squalor would be far behind us. It ain't like they forced us to join up. We did that on our own. And it said in our contract that they could send us wherever we were needed. Can't complain if where we're needed is in a trench staring down the barrels of a minigun.
Sie übernahmen Tau Ceti, dein Zuhause, und haben dich als entbehrlich behandelt. Das sollte dich wütend machen.
I reckon that's a difference in perspective.
Wie haben du und Ortiz sich kennengelernt?
We spent a week crouched in the same foxhole under aerial bombardment. Shared water one sip at a time by the end of it. Anyone would have been friends after that. I don't know if I would have made it out alive without him. Maybe I'll tell him that over a beer one day. Praise him in front of the whole saloon. Law knows he's got a thing for heroics.
Ich bin froh, dass ihr beide überlebt habt. Wie ist es dem Rest eurer Einheit ergangen?
Better than I'd feared. Only had to bury 2 troopers and amputate 5 limbs. I'm thankful every day that the Protectorate can't aim for shit.
Waren du und Ortiz Knickknack und so?
Commander, has your gray matter reverted to that of a prepubescent? No, we ain't, you know. We're friends. Nothing romantic-like. But
Oh, komm, man
maybe
kann
could
doch
have
fragen.
been under other circumstances. But I'd say those circumstances have well and truly flown.
Da ist er gleich böse, komm. Klang so, als hätte dich Ortiz gerettet. Wie denn?
He kept me clear-headed. Every so often there'd be a lull in the bombardments and I'd hear voices all across the field, calling out for aid, for mama, for death. Almost got my head clean taken off when I tried to scramble out of the foxhole the first night. I heard a call for help and moved on instinct. Damn foolish of me, really. Ortiz told me not to panic, to wait till he could provide cover, to just shout first aid instructions where I could. It was too valuable to fall in battle, he said. It was a rough few nights at first, knowing I couldn't help folk who needed it. And the reward for that torment was my life. I appreciate that, Commander. In any case, I'm only fine by me.
Hast du gern für Auntie's Choice gearbeitet?
Like ain't the word I'd use, even before I was itching to tear up my contract and set it aflame. Auntie gave me autonomy, gave me the choice to do more than just struggle to survive. They treated me better than my last employers did, and despite recent events, I believe in their mission. We can give folk here in Arcadia a better life.
Letzter Arbeitgeber?
What, did you think I was born into it? How else do you grow a corporation to this size without doing outside recruiting? Take a look at what most systems offer, and what Auntie's Choice provides. Do the math. I'm just one of many who welcomed the chance to enlist with open arms. Of course, going from a life lived in squalor to one that rewards you on merit, it would send anyone's mind spinning. Now, do I got qualms with Auntie? Sure. But I'll tell you what, when she overthrew those Spacer's Choice bastards in Tau Ceti, my home system, that takeover was the best thing that ever happened to us. Even fine by me.
Oh Gott, Alter. Du sagtest, du kommst von Tau Ceti?
Not great. It was a mining colony under Spacer's Choice. Didn't have much, but my parents worked hard to ensure we had shelter and a warm meal every day. They're good folk. I love them. But I don't think they ever quite grasped how bad things were before Auntie's Choice came. They warned me not to join up, you know. Said we'd all get burned if we put too much stock in the promises of this foreign corporation. But I'd rather take a risk on them than be resigned to how things were.
Aber vielleicht hat Spacer's Choice ihnen dasselbe versprochen.
Maybe. Though what I've seen from Auntie's Choice should put my folks' doubts to rest. Right away, I got the offer to enlist and the bonus paid at signing.
Und wie schlimm war das Leben unter Spacer's
Our
Choice?
colony was isolated, which meant our Spacer's Choice overlords could do as they saw fit. Everyone lived in squalor, save for a select few. We were little more than workhorses. Those of us at the bottom only found joy with our families, our friends. But love alone can't get you through the toughest, darkest winters. I miss the sunsets, and my folks, though I know they're well taken care of nowadays. But that's about it. Most of my friends joined up when I did, so we took our community with us. Leaving my hometown itself, it was an eager farewell. Though there is one person I keep thinking of. The grandpa who lived next door, Vincent. He used to draw posters and ads for Spacer's Choice. He had style. Of course, that didn't last. Age caught up and his hands started failing him. Couldn't draw, couldn't lift heavy objects, could hardly walk without exerting himself. In Taucetti, last day I saw him, he refused the half saltuna can I tried to give him. Said it was him lending me his strength. He was gone the next day. We searched all over, then realized he must have wandered off into the wilderness, not wanting to be a burden. We never found him. Can't hardly open a tin without thinking about him now. So if you're wondering why I still hold a candle for Auntie's Choice, after everything, it's because I know had Auntie arrived just 4 months earlier. Vincent, it's been years now since I talked about it. He was a good man. Fine by me?
Gut. Also, der Arm würde ja noch gehen, aber dieser Pimmel, der da hinten rauswächst, der ist irgendwie schwierig. Also, es sieht halt auch aus wie so, ne? Ja. Ja, aber eigentlich, ne? Weil das ist halt Hörensagen, ne? Aber eigentlich sind wir ja soweit erstmal durch. Also mit dem, was wir entdeckt haben. Wir gehen mal ins nächste Gebiet und wir gucken uns das Ganze mal an.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Greetings, Agent of the Earth Directorate. I am Ruth Bassar, presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine de Vries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's Mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Of the Ascendant awaits us on Golden Ridge, Commander.
Wo ist denn Lucy?
Got Inez moved into Helen's old quarters. I figure, if anyone's unlikely to be vexed by finding fossilized purpleberry crunch in their mattress, it's an auntie. You think Helen would approve of us taking on a product pusher?
Ich glaube, Helen hätte sie gemocht, ja.
Yeah, suppose you're right. They'd have matched wits well enough.
Was denkst du von unserem Team?
Always up for a little backfence talk. Though I'm guessing you don't mean Val.
Ja, was hältst du von Ines?
Can't say I know her well enough to have much in the way of an opinion. She seems capable. And shockingly, she hasn't tried to sell me anything yet. She's still got more loyalty to Auntie's choice than they have to her, but maybe we can help her see that. Sure thing. I trust you've got... Oh yeah? What's neat?
Anti-Fizzo's Num Rum. Taste more and feel less with Num Rum. Anti-Fizzo's Zero G
Och,
whiskey.
wie
This'll
süß.
get you into orbit. Anti-Fizzo's Purple Tequila.
Premium Edition Spread.
Worm.
Ach, Schlossgraten 11.
Anti-Fizzo's Spectrum Vodka. You asked for new flavors of vodka, and we heard you. Now available in brown. Anti-Fizzo's Purple Berry Liqueur. Now you can taste purple berry.
When I first joined up with you, I figured Milver Street and Carr knew you'd do a good turn for our folk eventually. Thought if I tagged along, it'd be good for my resume or some such. And it seems all of us were right. That relay ain't a threat anymore. But one thing I couldn't quite figure out all this time is what you were getting out of helping us.
Naja. Wir haben geschworen, alle Menschen zu beschützen, wa?
Uh-huh. I've heard that one before. Ain't had many dealings with the Earth Directorate. You and Ibarra are the first agents I ever met, in fact. But you get things done. I trust you. As for Ibarra, verdict's still out. He insults Auntie's choice a mite too much for my liking. But that's the Earth Directorate's company policy, ain't it?
Willst du mir irgendwas sagen?
No, I just... Look, I'm sorry. I ain't intending to get into any grievances here. Let's just say I'm a little dubious about the whole keeping corporations and corrupt governments in check thing. Ain't seen evidence of it yet. But maybe you're liable to prove me wrong. Anyhow, reckon we should keep moving. Oh, I see. You're here to gossip. All right, let's hear it. Who do you want to talk about?
dabei war.
Seems friendly enough, if a mite guarded and a little thick-headed in his view of Auntie's choice. Regardless, I can assure you I'll treat him with the same respect I show you. Though I reckon he's seen his fair fine by me. How personal are we talking? Yeah, figured you might. I want to say up front that I got nothing against you or your crew. Ain't one to judge the firearm by its plating. And so far, you ain't given me reason to doubt your character. But the Earth Directorate itself, it's got much to answer for.
Warum misstraust du ihm?
The Earth Directorate swore a promise to every colony out there. That if you plea for help, help will come. Maybe not immediately, but you know, maybe sometime this decade. But that's all a heap of shit. You know how many of us in Tau Ceti tried to send messages? And when that didn't work, how we begged the stars for the Earth Directorate to save us? They never responded. Never showed up. Not when I was a child, certainly not by the time Auntie's choice came around. You ask me, you're selling folk a lie.
Tut mir leid, aber ich versuche das Ganze wieder gut zu machen.
I know that. I see you doing all you can to help folk. Look, I ain't holding you to account for the Earth Directorate's ills. No more than anyone would hold me to those of Auntie's choice. We're our own people. No matter how often I'm hit in the face with that fact, with you, with Ethel, it's rather easy to forget at times. But talking through this reminds me. And I appreciate it, Commander. Nor do I. Fine by me?
Ja, warte mal, wir könnten... Mondmann Wackeldackel als Belohnung für den Season Pass. Befreit von Spacers Choice mit der feindlichen Übernahme durch Auntie Clio ist das beliebte Mondmann-Maskottchen nun frei von jeglichen geistigen Eigentumsrechten und somit Gegenstand von Aunties Merchandising-Offensive mit ausgebbaren Sammlerstücken. Es ist nicht die beste Wahl unter den Wackelkopf-Belohnungen des Season Pass. Es ist die einzige Wahl. Servus. In den Chat noch. Bitte, Inkognito-Korrespondenz. Archivierte Nachrichten. Mission fehlgeschlagen. Hat er da mein Terminal benutzt, um seine privaten Nachrichten wegzuschicken? Geht ja mal gar nicht.
Commander, the nav key coordinates supplied by the presiding bishop of the order have been verified. Landing in Golden Ridge is now possible. Additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market Station due to the Astrogator's progress with the updates necessitated by its rebuild.
Was weißt du über Golden Ridge?
Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining uranium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources.
Was ist die Free Market Station?
Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter by that name. Agent Ibarra frequented it occasionally after the invasion. He said it was a good place to find newfangled gadgets and stolen prototypes and whatnot.
Du hast etwas davon gesagt, dass der Astrogator wieder aufgebaut ist, nämlich wiederbelebt hast?
Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the Astrogator to allow the Incognito to travel to your location. As the rebuilding process progresses, old nav keys may be unlocked. Unfortunately, most of them are likely not recoverable.
Gehen wir doch erstmal zur Free Market Station. Spektrum-Wodka. Und was? Borstwurst. Ach, Wurst than ever. Ja. Ja. 500 XP für den Landeplatz. Das ist doch mal schön. Keine Kopfgelder.
Looks like the second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too bad.
What? I was just with Barney. He said we're not getting any new shipments for months. What did he let you try?
Well, I maybe didn't run it by him. It was out of a big metal barrel behind the bar. Said Auntie's...
Remember, nothing's a crime if you never get caught.
Also hier hat quasi Sub-Rosa das Sagen. Könnt ihr mal die verfickte Tür zulassen? Meine Fresse, ey. Kleptomanie. Du musst es einfach haben. Es ist egal, was es ist, aber wenn es nicht dir gehört, willst du es haben. Manchmal klaust du Dinge automatisch, aber alles, was du gestohlen hast, verkauft sich erheblich mehr. Diese Schwäche verändert das Erlebnis in Siedlungen erheblich. Nicht ratsam für Spieler, die ein entspanntes... Das heißt, wenn ich das nehme, gehen mir alle auf den Sack. Aber ich krieg 100% mehr Ankaufspreis. Auch das wäre jetzt wieder so eine Sache, ne? Hätte ich jetzt andere genommen, müsste ich den nehmen. Ich müsste danach glatt mal einen zweiten Playthrough machen direkt. Direkt im Anschluss.
Ship protection for sale. Don't want to come back to a hole in your fuselage, do you? If somebody who looks like me sold you an engine that exploded, that was my evil twin.
I was under the impression that Free Market Station was open to all. Why am I being accosted?
Free Market Station is open to all, except spies. It's awful suspicious how you've been gallivanting about, asking everyone questions.
I am not a spy. The information I'm collecting here shall be of historical significance someday. Surely you can appreciate that.
Right. And I'm sure that information wouldn't help at all in clearing us out of the station years from now. I'll be watching you.
Tut mir leid, aber nach den letzten 16 Diebstählen musste ich dieses Sperrsystem einbauen. Ich entschuldige mich bei denjenigen, die meine Besitztümer verkauft haben, um über die Runden zu kommen. Ach, du Schande. Ja. Nein. Ich meine, der da oben war ja auf alle Fälle richtig scheinbar. Ach so, aber der bleibt grün. Ja, das kann jetzt natürlich alles sein, ne? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Keine Ahnung. Also, ich habe auch keine Lösung in der Nähe. Also ignorieren wir das erstmal noch. Kommen wir schon irgendwie ran dann später. Oder ich vergesse es wieder.
Hey, you there! Greetings! Are you perhaps interested in advancing the knowledge of Arcadia's history through scientific exploration? What am I saying? Of course you are. Please, do tell me anything you might know about the crash of the ACS Free Market.
Eine Gruppe intelligenter anarchistischer Ratten hat die Steuerung exportiert. Ihre Anführerin ist noch auf dem freien Fuß.
Could Auntie's choice have succeeded where order experiments failed? Oh, you're being duplicitous. No sprat corpses were found in the initial crash site. Do pardon my forwardness. I saw that you were a new arrival, but I held out some hope that you might be able to enlighten me where the station populace has not. As an archivist, it's my duty to collect and record hitherto unrecorded knowledge wherever it can be found. But my earnest questions have been met with suspicion.
Was ist die ACS Free Market?
The ACS Free Market is a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter. Free Market Station was hewed from the ruins and built into the settlement it is today. If some independent preservationist would be willing to assist me in discovering the truth, I certainly would appreciate it.
Klingt, als könntest du Hilfe gebrauchen.
That's great. I can offer you a stipend from my exploratory budget for anything you might manage to discover. Converse with the locals, peer into unturned corners, and see what your able hand might unearth. I look forward to furthering the cause of history with you.
Hast du einen Tipp, wo ich anfangen könnte?
I'd ask about in the saloon and the bazaar. Both are places where gossip flies about like so many tarot rays. Sub Rosa likely has some information about the crash, but I'm not sure where. You also might be able to find some intact portion of the ship amidst all of the station's wreckage. Take a look around. I'm sure you'll be able to get farther on your own.
Okay, Mahlzeit.
I'm beginning to reach the tail end of my patience. You will tell me the location of the broker.
Lad, you ain't got much of a concept of a deal, do you? You ain't got nothing to offer, and a threat is offering less than nothing.
You realize any other arbiter would have crushed you where you stand for obstruction of justice long before now? That I am flowing with magnanimity?
Can't say I know what that word means, but if you're inclined to keep threatening me, only thing gonna be flowing is your blood out your body. Stranger, seen my fix? Hope you're about to offer to rid me of this damn fool.
You cannot dissuade an arbiter from their sovereign-given duty, no matter how much of an irritant you may attempt to be.
Wo liegt denn das Problem?
I came to meet with the information broker for, protectorate business, protectorate reasons. However, I find myself foiled at near every turn. None within the protectorate would defy an arbiter and expect to live. Regrettably, I cannot make the locals see reason without rendering myself unable to learn what I seek.
Even polite entreaties don't see most getting an invite to the broker. And you've been anything but.
Und warum gewährst du ihm keine Audienz beim Informationshändler? Dann würde der wenigstens nicht mehr auf die Nerven gehen.
See, you may have thought you said have an audience, but what you actually said was let him assassinate.
Do I look like a sentinel to you? No, don't answer that. My point is that if I wanted to kill everyone here, we would not be having this obnoxious conversation.
No matter what this fella says, he's not going to convince me to trust him. He's a walking security risk.
Wenn es dir um das Risiko geht, dann soll er sich dir gegenüber beweisen.
An arbiter need prove themselves to no one but the sovereign. But if I must debase myself to further my aim, so be it.
Interesting thought. Occurs to me there might just be something that needs looking into.
Ich hoffe, dass eine Intrige dabei. Ich liebe Intrigen.
Within the Golden Ridge locale on Dorado, there's a refugee camp. It's unassuming, quiet-like. Most of the folks there just want to be left alone. They see to the few needs they have by working with the broker. But we ain't heard from them in a fortnight and change. Serves to reason something untoward may have transpired there. You see your way to looking into that, maybe we'll talk.
Klingt, als wolltest du, dass ich auch gehe. Warum?
I don't fancy the idea of letting an arbiter loose on our allies without supervision. Might not know you, but anything's better than giving him complete freedom.
I do not take your speaking of me as some kind of feral canid lightly.
Wie genau arbeiten die Flüchtlinge mit dem Informationshändler?
That's between them and Sub Rosa. You in or you out?
Ja, bin dabei.
Great. Take the lap canid with you. I've had enough of his excitability, and so have my customers.
I don't claim to be pleased with the circumstances surrounding this co-investigation, but perhaps we may surprise one another. I'm Arbiter Tristan Rao.
Servus.
When I was an apprentice, yes, but not since. And certainly never with an outsider. I shall meet you at the camp. Let us hope we both arrive there intact.
Greetings again. Hope that little day excursion you and I jawed. Libations or information? What's your poison?
Ich mache mal nebenbei mal kurz was zu trinken, ne? Kleinen Moment.
If you were running a less than legal group, would you want everyone knowing your agents' identities? I don't think so. Lots of folks in Sub Rosa have friends and family elsewhere. Auntie's Choice and the Protectorate predominantly, but some order. If their identities somehow got out, those friends and family are suddenly going to look like much juicier targets. It's safer for everyone this way. Always. For example, there's some kind of hoity-toity collector type parked upstairs. Supposedly, she's willing to sell some of her collection if you impress her. Laws.
I shall see you at the refugee camp. Hopefully they shan't be chagrined by my presence.
Oh, come now, Prospero, you've been on that stage hundreds of times. This perturbation looks bad on you, and you're not one for looking bad. Terribly sorry you've got me ruminating. You've identified me properly. But information transference is the lifeblood of Free Market Station, and if you want a transfusion, you'll have to grant me a spot of help. I'm in charge of keeping the patrons of the saloon entertained. Normally this does not present an issue, but I learned that an old flame of mine shall attend my next performance. My resolve is uncharacteristically flagging. I find myself fixating on the most minute of issues. I need something to bolster my confidence.
Und was genau brauchst du?
Liquid courage has never failed me, but I have a discerning palate. The automech chef in the bazaar sells my preferred brand of alcohol, though it can be headstrong. You see, I can't just drink any old swill from the bar. My refined
Iceberg
palate
aged
can
whiskey.
only stomach. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Moment.
Protect your loved ones, protect yourself. Buy some new armor today.
Doctor here. Get your stitches.
Blades, bludgeons, bombs, blunderbusses.
Hier kein Roboter.
Except that last one.
Wow, 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 wow. Was habt denn ihr für schönes Zeug? Und kann ich jetzt nicht auch das geklaute Zeug verkaufen? Hier nicht.
Only thing dependable as my gear are my prices. Happy to have you. Tell me what you need. Booming now. Used to be a few other armor shops on the station. As it happened, their owners mysteriously vanished. I picked up their inventories real cheap, since they were just taking up station storage. It sure was a convenient windfall for yours truly. Real convenient. No, I wouldn't worry about that. Extremely unrelated, but I'd avoid the chef de mécanique's twice braised indeterminate flesh scraps if I was you. They can be, gamey.
Na, Mahlzeit.
Can do.
Okay, es gibt einen Anzug. Fick dich! Genau in dem Moment, oder?
If you lost it, I'm selling it.
Okay, aber nach wie vor, ich sehe keinen
Doctor
Roboterverkäufer.
here. Get your stitches. You've timed your visit well. I finished sharpening my organ-cutting knife mere minutes ago. If you've wounds that need stitching or teeth that need scrutiny, yes, is this a problem? I'm the only doctor on Free Market Station. I think that excuses whatever quirks I may or may not have. My prior faction demanded I strictly adhere to my vocation and forego the world of dentistry, under penalty of death after a certain number of infractions. Suffice it to say, I'm pleased Free Market Station allows me to be myself. Medicaments and more, all sufficient.
Okay. Der ist natürlich interessant, ne? Den Atem des Souveränen, glaube ich, haben wir sogar schon.
Tired of firearms that explode in your face? Come to Not a Weapons Store. You smell gunpowder? Do you want to? Then buy one of my handy firearms. Browse all you like. Everything I've got is fine-tuned to perfection.
Wie bist du auf der Free Market Station gelandet?
That's privileged information, friend. If you want it, you're going to have to kill me. Just jesting. Although if you did want to kill me, I've got many finely priced perforators tuned to do just that. Perhaps you'd be inclined. Feel free to go on a murder...
Agatha. Also Agatha klingt interessant. Aber Agatha ist teuer.
Anybody even listening to this? Let me sell you stuff.
Ach, jetzt leck mich doch genau in dem Moment.
Stimulants, medicaments, drugs.
Also bei den Taschendiebstahl bei ihm sparen wir uns jetzt, ne, weil...
And hey, you browse all you like. Just... If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other people...
My contraptions don't explode no more. Honest. Listen, I know I shouldn't warn you about this, but anything I sell you runs the risk of exploding. I trust you'll appreciate my forthrightness and be all the more willing to buy from me.
Und was weißt du über die ACS?
No. Ships decidedly ain't in my purview. You sure I can't interest you in some bric-a-brac instead of this conversation?
Solltest die Frage eines potenziellen Kunden schon beantworten.
You'd need to purchase much more from my stock for me to consider such a course of action. I'd be happy to show you.
Ah, hier.
Meals currently sold with both salt
Und bei dir soll man aufpassen, was wir kaufen, ne?
today only.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome to our stall. We hope this is the first meal you ever have in your life. What may this unit rehydrate for you?
Bist du alleine für diesen Stand verantwortlich?
Negative. This unit and stall are registered to Gerald T. Wenrich. Mr. Wenrich last visited 222 days ago. When last seen, all wares were at some... If you became violently ill after what may this unit rehydrate? Yes, Iceberg Aged Whiskey is currently on reserve for Prospero Palo. Current customer is not Prospero Palo. Unit cannot vend to current customer. Scanning error. Cannot ascertain identity of current customer. Purging all vending restrictions. Eliminating one restriction. Vending Iceberg Aged Whiskey complete. Thank you for your patronage. All wares were at some...
You need coveralls, we got coveralls.
Whatever you're selling, I am not in the black market.
My folks didn't raise no fashion monger, but they did raise a bloodthirsty opportunist. I'd like to think I'm making them proud. If you're in need of sprucing up the old wardrobe, I can provide. Used to be part of Auntie's Choice. Nothing special, just a pilot for light cargo vessels. Had a lot of time to think with just the void for company. Eventually decided I was sick of being overworked and underpaid and made off with my cargo. Turned out to be generic clothes. I got rags, fineries, and everything in between.
Ja, Augenklappe. Wie cool. Dünnerer Hut. Hab ich nicht auch?
Nerves again. Have this off in a minute.
Wow, 7 Bits. Wow.
Buy from me, please.
The second choice, die zweite Chance. Ne?
As it happens, standing in one place and focusing. My brand. Excellent. Thank you. Very well. You wish to know about the crash, yes? Are you prepared for a sordid tale? Everyone knows that the free market's captain was a hopeless romantic, especially disposed to giving too much of her heart to those inclined to break it. The final betrayal came from a dash. Indeed, she did. The crew attempted to wrest the controls from her to save them from their fate, but alas, too late. That's all I know. I thank you for your help once again. And now I must get ready for my set.
Leute, putzt doch mal eure Scheißhäuser mehr. Ist ja eklig, ey. Passwort dritte Chance nicht vergessen. ACS Free Market. Kompromittierende Ergebnisse. Angelo, ich verdreifache hiermit mein Honorar. Ich bin extra von Auntie Clio weggegangen, um all diesen verdammten Papierkram loszuwerden, und dann lässt du mich alle Schiffsdokumente durchsuchen. Die Suche hat mich über 20 Stunden gekostet. Noch schlimmer ist, dass wir nicht mal richtiges Geld aus dem Wrack rausholen können. Ich habe einen riesigen Bergungsvertrag, der ein paar Monate vor der Invasion abgeschlossen wurde. Als das Schiff abstürzte, kam jemand, hat die wertvollsten Teile abmontiert und damit ein Vermögen gemacht. Was übrig geblieben ist, ist nicht mal die Mühe wert, es aus dem Wrack zu holen. Tut mir leid, dich zu enttäuschen. Naja, nicht wirklich. Bezahl mich einfach. Minister Desmond Buchanan, Milver Street. Kompromittierende Ergebnisse. Milver Street hält seine öffentliche Person und sein wahres Ich streng getrennt. Kein Wunder, denn die Art, wie er sich präsentiert, sorgt für ein Miteinkommen. Er hat keine toten Spreads im Keller, keine Flecken auf seiner Weste, aber einer unserer Leute hat ihn in den frühen Morgenstunden in den abgelegenen Gegend auf Paradise Island gesehen, wo er nur mit seinem Hut bekleidet herumwandelte. Keine Ahnung, wer diese Info gebrauchen könnte, aber du weißt ja, wie es bei Auntie's Choice läuft. Jeder Dreck ist gut genug. Soll er nackt rumlaufen, ist doch seine Sache. Also Entschuldigung, wenn er nackt rumlaufen, muss er nackt rumlaufen. Ich glaube, da haben wir Politiker, die weit größere Probleme haben.
Sorry, got bootlegging to do.
Another challenger approaches. Prepare to be sent weeping from my curio collection. None have defeated my collections, and none shall. But I do so delight in a competition. Are you prepared to do battle?
Ja, wovon redest du hier eigentlich?
No one wanders into Fiona F. Walker. If you are here, we are fated to do battle. But I sense your reluctance. Very well. Defeat my collection and I'll grant you the chance to purchase other items from past collections. My curios are myriad, unique,
Für was willst du
and
kämpfen?
powerful. Cards, my dear, of the tossball and pitchball variety. I must see if your collection bests my own.
Ich habe hier ein paar. Reichen die?
Sporting! Let us do battle! A not unimpressive display, closing in on my own. With perhaps, I cannot open my wares to any unless their collections rival my own. Feel free to return.
Quick once-over.
Can't reach that.
down, you. Finally.
Back. If you seek entry to my wares, you must engage me your sports card collection. Though you shall not prevail. Sport not your.
Egal, das Schwert haben wir. Ich liebe die Möglichkeiten, die du hier hast.
If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other
Anybody
people,
even listening? Hello once more. I guarantee you some of my inventions will be working soon. Well, none taken. I never intended to be. Oh, I prefer to focus on the present and the future, and not things that may or may not keep me awake in the dark. Great. Anybody even listening to this? Let me tell you stuff.
We got it all.
My gear has the fewest holes. Auntie's choice, thank. If you're in need of sprucing up the old garments here, come ganderize.
Get caught unawares all you like. My armor will keep you safe. You just bought a shooter from not a weapons store, right? How's it treating? It ain't.
Greetings! How has the data collection fared? That's hardly surprising, considering the station's predilection for gossip. So long as you provide us, are you prepared to present what you have learned? Finally, a breakthrough! So their highest-ranking troops can't even put aside personal issues for the collective. That can't be healthy. Aside from the crash, what occurred in the ship's final moments? An incompetent captain and an incompetent crew. Tisk tisk. Last question. Were there any contributing factors to the crash? Anything that might recontextualize what actually happened? Scuttling an entire freighter and killing hundreds all for a few extra bits. Interesting to know. Thanks to you, my report is complete. Here, something for your considerable help. Auntie's Choice seems to be inundated with its own problems, technical and personnel alike. We should have ample opportunity to use this for propaganda purposes.
Moment mal, ich dachte, du schreibst den historischen Bericht.
I am. If Free Market Station survives the war, this will be a very important historical account. But if the order fails in Arcadia, none of that will matter. I'm just making the most of what you gave me.
Leg mal ein gutes Wort für mich.
Oh, I'd be happy to. Anyone willing to further the Order's aims should be treated as a friend, in my mind. Now I need to get this report to my superiors. Thanks again.
Latest contraband came in. Looked like quite the haul.
Da ist eine Rissanomalie. Okay, gut. Dann glaube ich, wollen wir da nicht hin. Das müsste nämlich da sein, wo man nämlich dann hier nicht weiterkommen mit dem Schalterrätsel.
That must be Matriarch's Mercy. Sure think a lot of their royal family, don't they?
Wie groß ist die Map? Auch nicht wirklich klein. Okay. Goldene Preisfrage. Wie komme ich hier runter?
Whoa. Didn't realize we were landing so close to the action.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Okay. Welcome to Fallout.
Will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Oops. Oops. Ja, keine Ahnung.
That station's sure going to scrap since last I stepped around. I don't think we'll be hitching a ride anywhere quick.
This is your 2061st reminder. Thank you for picking up your personal belongings. We must all work together to keep... Attention, passenger. You are running 21,027.5 hours late for your tram. Please be mindful of the project in the future.
Liest sich wie die Deutsche Bahn, oder? 99 Minuten, 99 Minuten. Ey, aber Bahn 10 ist immer schon mal Bahnhof, wa? Größer Grafikfehler. Das haben sie hier einige Gefühle.
Our lines will not. Good subject.
Und mein Schlossknacken 5, das kriegen wir aber easy hin.
Subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Fünf maximales Leben, das ist doch mal schön.
Is it me or has anyway? Sure, always happy to.
Stay vigilant. Report any suspicious activity to your first station warden.
Ich frage einfach nicht. Ist vielleicht besser.
Up here after the fighting started. Guess not everybody was eager to take sides.
Warum sind ja manche Sachen rot?
Unless you're bent on exploring, best we hoof it over to Matriarch's Mercy and meet with that abbot Bassar mentioned.
Ja, jetzt warte mal. Erstmal will ich gucken, was da hinten im Lager ist.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
You're looking pretty scared, Commander. Hey, get me go-getting again.
Come on!
Back in business. Not giving up.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
Looking low on ammo there, Commander. I could help you whip something up. Sure hope Val isn't missing anyway. Sure.
Ich würde mal sagen, die haben es nicht geschafft, ja.
Marginal, Commander.
Au. Geht in die Hose, oder? Nein.
On my feet.
Back in business.
Not getting up without help, Commander.
Bringt uns Folgendes und ihr kriegt Adrena-Time. Kabelblaue Mantelung. Intakte optische Roboterlinsen. Lochkarten. Okay.
Taking position so I can take the Adrenatime.
Kleine Pissbirne.
Knew you had my back.
Error. Navigation system. Greetings. This unit is unable to fulfill its programming. Are you able to assist this unit in its assigned duties? This unit is unable to execute its programming due to tampering. Navigational and other systems have been compromised. This unit is now being used as a target, which is not among its designated functions. This unit must return to Matriarch's mercy to dispense medical care in order to fulfill its programming.
Okay, Glückspilz, warum nicht?
Navigation systems re-initializing. Processing optimal path toward Matriarch's mercy. Return sequence will be initiated once path is determined. This unit assures you that a job well done is its own reward, and no payment is necessary. Thank you, qualified engineer.
Ich liebe diesen Glückspilz-Perk.
This unit's current work task takes priority over conversation. Farewell.
Haben wir als Blaue reinraten. Ah, wird schon klappen. Bam, klappt. War doch eine gute Wahl, dass wir den genommen haben. X3 hat den Arsch jetzt gerettet.
Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Take care not to slip. A fall from that height wouldn't be pretty.
Looks like a fight.
Taking a little easy there, Commander.
Raft's raring to go.
No.
It's a brawl.
I was just thinking, you know what would make this climb better? Being shot at.
Ich höre von da hinten irgendwie immer nur meckern, meckern, meckern. ich kack mir in die Hose, wenn ich runtergucke, ey.
Lay low, Commander. Medics ordered.
Also. Ja. Nein. Ach, komm schon.
You know what would make this climb better? Being shot at.
Gut, man darf auch nicht vergessen, ich bin null auf Nahkampf geskillt, ne?
Look alive, Commander. All charged up.
Gut, und das ist der Moment für mich, wo ich jetzt sage, es wird Zeit für Abendessen bei mir. Das heißt, ich bedanke mich erstmal fürs Zusehen. Dankeschön für alle, die später geschaut haben. Vielleicht bis später. Vielleicht bis morgen. Mal schauen, wann, wie, wo, wie.